Hi, welcome to the day 5 of our digital literacy class. We'll be talking on introduction to ICT access and usage today. What is the meaning of ICT? ICT means information and communication technology. Now, what are the different types of ICT, different types of information and communication technology? Number 1 here we have broadcasting, number 2 telecommunication, number 3 data networks, number 4 information system, number 5 satellite communication. Next, we'll look at the fundamentals of internet usage. Now, the internet is said to be a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices. With the internet, it is possible to access almost any information, communicate with anyone else in the world, and do so much more. You can do this by connecting a computer to the internet, which is also called going online. In fact, you're actually using the internet to listen to this lesson at the moment. So this is one way you can utilize the information and communication technology. We've talked about search engine before. We are going to be talking about it again. Search engines and online communication, how do they relate? Search engines, like we said earlier, are internet features that allow users to search the internet for content using keywords. If you want to search, you don't just carry everything you're looking for and just put on the search engine. No, we use certain keywords to get the information or the required or desired results you're looking for. So search engines make this information easier for us to find. There are different types of search engines. We mentioned some before. We still have some here. There is the Bing, like I currently have Bing search engine here. The Microsoft Bing is currently the search engine I have on my computer. So we have that. One moment, please. Okay, welcome back. So we have that. The Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask, DuckDuckGo, and AOL. So these are all different types of search engines. So digital platform is a digital space that allows facilities for users to collaborate, interact, or transact digitally. So digital marketplace and digital platform are used interchangeably. They are software or hardware of a website allowing for the interaction of its users. So remember, we're still talking about search engines and online communication. So what are some examples of digital platforms that when we talk about digital platform, we're talking about very common platforms like the ones we use on day-to-day basis, like we are currently using YouTube to listen to this lecture, and then there's LinkedIn for business and the advertisement or professional purposes, and then there's the Facebook that we use for marketing and social communications and stuff, and then there's the Twitter for communication, there's the Instagram for communication and marketing as well, there's the Quora, there's the Spotify. So these are all examples of digital platform that we use commonly. There are other digital platforms aside from this one, these are not all. So digital platform, now we are looking at Facebook. How do you sign up to Facebook? Some of us have, in fact, almost all of us here, if not all, only maybe a few exceptions, have Facebook account. So we've all gone through this process of signing up into Facebook. But if you haven't and you don't know, this is how you can sign up to your Facebook account. When you click on Facebook, that comes with your Android device automatically. You see this, a place where you have for your desired email that you want to use, and the desired password, or you just click on create new. If you already had a Facebook account, probably you logged out or you got a new device, you can simply type the email of your Facebook, your current Facebook account you're operating on, and the password, and click on login to take you into your Facebook account. If you don't have and you want to set up a new account, you click on create new account. When you click on create new account, it brings out some dialog boxes where you put in the information that will be required, and then including your email and password and other security questions that will be asked, to help make your account secure. And afterward, click create and then okay it, and you have your new Facebook account for you to start working with. So we have the link in sign up page, similar to virtually all of them have similarities. So if you already had an existing LinkedIn account, just put in your email, the details required there, your password, and join. If you don't, you still follow the process, or you can join using the other ways you can join the LinkedIn account. Like if you already have a previous Google account, you can join the LinkedIn using your Google account. Remember, they are just trying to get your identity, the identity of this person that is going to be using, or create a profile for this person that is going to be using this LinkedIn account. So let's say you already have a Google profile. You have a Google account, means you have a Google profile. If you join with Google, Google automatically sends your profile to LinkedIn. So based on that, you can now start using LinkedIn, and then you update your profile as you operate further. Same thing with Twitter sign up page. Same informations you need to put up in these other ones are the same informations you put up here as required. So this is how you sign up to some of these digital platforms. Now, how do we interact through digital technologies? Gone are the days where we live our lives for ourselves. Now we don't live our life for ourselves, we live our life for others. Probably you have to market yourself. You have a product, you're a marketer, you have to take it out to the public where people can see and access, and then make a request for that product. So you need to interact. And then the physical market is becoming limited by the day. Today, we already talk on online marketplaces like Amazon, AliExpress, and the rest, so where people reach millions upon millions of clients or customers, that shops with them. So you don't limit your market place to just the physical market anymore. And that means you have to go beyond to the digital market, and we cannot do that without interacting through digital technologies. So technology has left an outstanding mark on modern day communication and how we interact. We are now in an era of new technology applications in line with human interaction and communication. Some of these technologies include virtual reality. Virtual reality offers humans an immersive experience into a three-dimensional digital world. The creative expansion upon our objective reality, a virtual space where our imaginations run wild. So these are some of the technologies. Then we have the augmented reality. As virtual reality aims to isolate ourselves from the real world and transport us into a virtual world, augmented reality purpose is to combine the two worlds, working in unison with one another. Then there's live streaming. Live streaming, we know what live streaming is all about. If you don't, as we progress on this training program, we'll be having some live streaming. We'll be having live sessions where you have opportunities to ask questions that probably we cannot entertain in the group that we have set up. So when we do that, we'll be using digital technology called live streaming to be doing it. So today we have live streaming. Modern day technology makes it possible to simultaneously record and broadcast events in real time. This records you're getting of this lesson is not live streaming. These are pre-recorded. You're only getting it as at where you need to get it. But in live streaming, I can be recording and you can be getting the information in real time. So that's the difference. Then there's Google Stadia. This is a new product aimed at providing a service that wirelessly connects our daily drives such as smartphones, daily drivers such as smartphones and laptops to high performance top spec PC station in entirely separate location. For some persons that work in high tech organizations, they use this to communicate and pass information. And then we have the social media that we are all conversant with. The advent of new technologies has now created websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. New technologies have been created that can enable you and I to create and share content or to network socially. So these fall within social media. So we'll be looking at virtual collaboration and exchanges. What does it mean? Now, virtual exchange refers to the application of online communication tools to bring together classes of learners in geographically distant locations with the aim of developing their foreign languages, skill, digital competence, and intercultural competence through online collaborative tasks and project work. Like what we are doing now, this lesson we are doing now is a typical example of a virtual lesson because I am here, you're there, I'm not seeing you. So I'm just using this online communication tool now to bring us together to learn. As you're learning, I am learning myself, so it's not just a one-way thing, it's a two-way thing. So what we are doing is aim at, in our case, developing our digital competence. Okay, so this is a typical example of this training. This online training is a typical example of a virtual exchange. Now, methods of connecting to the internet. How do you connect? What do you need to connect to the internet? To access information and to communicate with others online, you first need to connect to the internet. It's like you need to move from one location to the other. You need to travel from Lagos to Abuja. You need to either fly or use the road transportation system by entering a vehicle. But either way, you need a driver to take you from that location where you are to where you need to be. So it's the same thing. To access information, this is where I am. And I am in Lagos and the information is in Abuja. So for me to access that information in Abuja while I am in Lagos, I need to connect to the internet. The internet now is like the driver that takes me to where I want to go, which is to access the information. So this is also known as getting online. Some of us sometimes we put up our data, at that point we are offline, so we cannot access any information whatsoever. But the moment we are in the mood to access a particular information, we go back online. It's like jumping on that flight to your destination. So going back online is like you trying to access the information that you want. So to do this, you need an internet capable device, to connect to a network. An internet capable device, example is your phone, example is your laptop and stuff. Anything that can connect to the internet is what you need. These devices include desktop and laptop computer, mobile phones, and tablets. Now, nearly all modern devices in these categories have the ability to connect to network to get online. Essentially, the internet is made up of a set of networks. Remember, networks like spider webs, like you said, that are connected to each other all across the world. And you get online and on the internet by connecting to one of these networks. For the most part, getting online is quick and easy as long as you have an available network to connect to, and your device too. The device speed is also fast. Now, still on that method of communicating online, the internet offers a multitude of ways to communicate and stay in touch with others. This includes services like emails, instant messaging, website discussion boards, social media, and even voice and video calls. On top of learning how to use these various methods of communication, it's also important to understand when to use them. You must know when to use these various methods of communicating online. the internet. Online communication may use an instant messaging service like Skype or Google Hangout or Slack, and sending a text-based message through that service may get you a quicker reply. Now, in situations where you can wait a reasonable amount of time for a reply, you don't need the person to respond immediately. Email is a better choice, as the general expectation is that email is not for back and forth. Like, you cannot use email to be chatting with someone. I want to say hello and I expect you to say hi. I'll not be sending that my hello via email, because I wouldn't know when you access your email to see my hello. And probably I needed to find out something from you there and then immediately. And by the time you get to access your email 24 hours later, it would have been too late. So where you require a response faster, you don't use an email to send a message. But where you can wait a particular amount of time before you get a response, the email is the preferred choice to use in sending that message. So, but instead, let each person be a little more thoughtful about their words and the information they are sharing. Did you get that? In situations where you can wait a reasonable amount of time for a reply, email is a better choice, as the general expectation is that email is not for back and forth conversation in real time. It's a better choice. But instead, let each person be a little bit more thoughtful about their words and information they are sharing. Whatever information you're sharing on email, think it through, go through your message before you pass it across. Most often, emails are used for very professional communications, official communications, business communication, and not for social communication. Email is also useful to have as a written record of your conversation. Sometimes you need to make reference to your conversations in the past. So with email, it will always be there. You can always go back and make reference to a past conversation or message or information you might have passed across in the past. And of course, for real-time conversation, when you can't be in the same room, you have the option of traditional phone calls or even video-based calls, so you can both see and hear people in real time. Real time means now I'm talking to you like we are talking about live session. Live sessions are real time. So sometimes I need this information in real time. Like I need to know, oh, I'm in Calabar. Is it raining in Lagos? Probably I need to fly to Lagos. I can just pick my phone and make a call. Hi, is it raining in Lagos? And the person picks, no, it's not raining, but it's looking cloudy. It might rain. I get the response, my desired response immediately. That is what we refer to as traditional phone call. Sometimes we can go a step further to make it like a video call. Today we have online technologies, digital platform that can enable us make video calls. We have the Skype, the WhatsApp, even the Facebook Messenger, and so many others that can help you make video calls in real time. That way you get to see the person and the person gets to see you, but there must be an understanding before you put a video call to someone. You don't just put video calls across to just anybody at any time. So we will be looking at methods of communicating online. There are different methods of communicating online. There's the social media method of communicating online. So this is a direct message. Most often they are direct message. You just send it and the person gets it. Direct post on timeline or direct message. We mentioned the different types of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and the rest and the rest and the rest. We know them all. So we can use that to send direct messages. And then there's the instant message. We have the SMS text messaging. There's the email marketing. There's the direct email blogging. There's the voice calling. There's the video calling. There's the podcast communication. There's the live web chat, and there's the virtual reality. Whichever one of these you are not conversant with, I will advise you to browse it up and study more so that you get to know it. The purpose of this training is to enlarge our horizon, the things we didn't know. We might not have the time to put all of this here, but we've let you know that, oh, something like this exists. Oh, it's now left for you to go look it up and learn more about those stuff that you never knew they existed, but now you do know. So how do you communicate safely online? You know, we talked about protecting your social media privacy, and then the um how to solve the net securely by not allowing your activities to be tracked and stuff. So how do you do that? How do you communicate safely online? You don't always know for sure who you're talking to when you're on the internet. And every day online, predators, we said it earlier, pretend to be people they are. Somebody can, I mentioned earlier that somebody can pretend to be me. That's happened to some persons. People impersonate people, they hack into their account, impersonate them, and send messages, and they think, oh, it's actually this person talking to them. And they now let down their guards, and before you know it, their account will be hacked into and will be used to carry out several nefarious activity. So how do you carry yourself online so that you don't fall victim to all of this? So they are saying here that there are so many people that pretend to be people that they aren't on social media. Now, here are some of the tips you can use to keep yourself safe when communicating online. One, listen to your instincts. Very, very important. If someone makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable by asking probing questions or trying to get information out of you, stop communicating with them right away. Stop communicating. Some will call you, like I got a call sometimes about 2 months ago. The person was like, oh, did you get this SMS from the bank? Blah blah blah. Sometimes I say, what bank? Your bank, mention the name of the bank. I knew it was scam anyway, but initially I was trying to play along to make him, waste his airtime or something, just drag. But at the point, I just started laughing and he ended the call. Now, ideally, I shouldn't even have like entertain that chat. Like I shouldn't have even bought that to immediately. I know my instinct immediately told me, this is a scammer. I knew the person was a scammer anyway. So immediately my instinct told me that the ideal thing would have been for me to just end the call. The person keeps calling. I want to now be wicked. I can just take the call and just sometimes I do that. Just keep it and allow them to be talking to themselves. That is one sure way of making sure they don't call you back. Now, if someone makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable by asking probing questions or trying to get information from you, they say stop communicating with them right away. Most websites and social media sites have tools that you can use to report suspicious activity. Yes, it will tell you, will give you options like what do you think? Just take on the one you feel is okay that you submit and you mark the person X. That's why you get some calls. You can see some calls, true callers will already have told you that this person is a scammer because people have reported them. I don't know how many of you have experienced that where you get call from some of these scammers phone number and you have true caller installed in your phone. True caller will just tell you scammer alert. You just see them know that this person is a scammer. A lot of persons out there have actually used this tool to report their activity as being suspicious. Now, limit what we share online. Online predators often try to get you to share personal information through emails or other messaging services. So just like you wouldn't share personal information with a stranger on the street, don't share information with strangers online either. Somebody should not come and ask for your bank details. You start giving out your bank details or even information, unnecessary information from someone you don't know. Don't share, limit. Even on your profiles, your social media profile, limit the information, personal information about you that people should see. Your personal information, the highest maybe you might want to share with them should be like your birth, not the date, but the day. January 1st, every January 1st, let them wish you happy birthday. They don't need to know the year. It's none of their business. If you wish to tell anybody your exact date of birth, it should be your choice. You tell someone, oh, this is my exact date. But you limit that. Your addresses, you limit it on social media. Stalkers use this to get to people sometimes, when your addresses are there. Your phone numbers, I've mentioned it earlier. Let it not be shown, except you're running a business, then you have a business phone number that you can allow. Your email address, let it not be publicly available, except you have a business email for marketing purposes that you can allow. So limit what you share online as much as you can. Keep your distance. Think twice about meeting someone in person that you have only talked to online. Online predators often use social media to pretend to be someone else by setting up fake profiles using other people's pictures. It happens a lot. Even if someone seems friendly, it can be difficult to know for sure who they really are when you're just talking online. We've heard story a lot of people falling victims. Like recently, we heard the story online of a young girl that just graduated from the university in the town here in Nigeria, and they wrote a letter that, oh, I'm traveling out of the country. I want to go and meet somebody. I so please that's taking me out of the country. You know, a 16-year-old girl, and she knew nothing, and she just felt victim to this unscrupulous element. And today they are still looking for her whereabouts. They can't find her. She has gone incommunicado. I pray they really get to see her. Now, if she had kept her distance, if she had thought twice about meeting this person that she has never seen, probably she wouldn't have made the news she has made today and will not be looking for her. So we should be very careful and keep our distance from strangers and think twice about meeting someone that we have not ever met before, that we have only talked to online. Then remember, you're talking about how to communicate safely online. Always tell someone you trust. Very important. When an online stranger asks to meet you in person, so you don't end up in a dangerous situation. So like I said, always tell someone you trust when an online stranger asks to meet you in person, so you don't end up in a dangerous situation. Keep these risks and tips in mind so you can stay safe when you talk to people online. Now, good practices for internet safety. Keep personal information professional and limited. Keep your privacy settings on. Practice safe browsing. Make sure your internet connection is secure. Be careful what you download. We'll be talking about this in the next classes to come. Choose alphanumeric password. We'll be talking about this as well. Make online purchasing from secure sites, not some fishy site that you're not sure. Be careful what you post. Be careful who you meet online. Keep your antivirus program up to date. Thank you. As we come to the end of this class, the first part of the class rather, the second part we'll be talking on tools for teamwork and collaboration. See you in the next class.